In the state of Florida, we are taking the plunge into the depths of the new best standards. This presentation is based on an interview with Dr. Vicki Williams, whose leadership will provide a brief focus on how Manatee County is taking on the challenge of immersing the district in understanding a new set of grade level expectations of what students should know and be able to do. Dr. Williams is the Curriculum Director of Elementary Curriculum for the School District of Manatee County. As an experienced educator with a wealth of knowledge of curriculum and instruction, she has participated in and facilitated many successful change initiatives. As a transformational leader, she has been at the forefront in providing a depth of knowledge and perspective to develop capacity for teachers and administrators. As a lifelong learner, Dr. Williams taught math for 10 years, participated in NCTM conferences, and shared her innovative practices with others. Her engagement in understanding learning progressions, error analysis, and the need to understand student outcomes of what students should know and be expected to learn were a driving force in inspiring her to learn more. As a leader, Dr. Williams took on various roles in Louisiana and Florida, leading teachers, serving as an instructional coach, becoming a district trainer, serving in site-based administrative roles as principal, and teaching college-level math methods courses on standard-based integrated curriculum. As the Director of Elementary Curriculum, Dr. Williams leads a team of curriculum and instruction and school improvement specialists in providing support to the 31 district elementary schools. She has facilitated leadership development for the Aspiring Leaders Program, professional learning for the Coaching Academy and classroom teachers, and supports site-based administrators on program implementation, program adoption, and standard-based initiatives. The newly adopted Florida's Best Standards were developed to provide new benchmarks in education excellence, following the elimination of the Common Core through an executive order in January of 2019. The Best Standards were designed to improve pathways to positive college and career outcomes for students in Florida schools. They have employed a back-to-basics approach to literacy, math, and civics education. When we assess change initiatives, we analyze the new based on what we already know. The new best standards will have the opportunity to provide students with a new pathway to success. The new standards for ELA clarify expectations and learning, clearly explain student outcomes, provide lists of resources including grade level appropriate book titles, Jolson Fry word lists, a clearly communicating progression of foundational skills, and a list of grade level appropriate vocabulary. The new best standards in mathematics focus on thinking and reasoning. They are designed to promote critical thinking, problem solving, and encourage the development of a growth mindset. By promoting mathematical thinking and connect it to real-world learning applications, students will develop their logic and reasoning skills that help them make sense of the world around them. The goals in developing the new best standards were to eliminate the Common Core, create a set of standards to improve the quality of Florida's curriculum literacy outcomes, problem-solving flexibility, content-rich standards, and solid foundational skills. The state engaged all stakeholders to develop the new best standards to target clear expectations to improve Florida's overall education. In February of 2020, the state of Florida adopted a 3-year plan of adoption and implementation, including a timeline for providing professional development, rolling out the new standards, adopting curriculum materials, and aligning statewide assessments. By the year 22-23, Florida will be completely transitioned to the new best standards and will be aligned to the curriculum materials and statewide assessments. With all change initiatives, there's a period of adjustment and transition. In transitioning from the previous standards to the Common Core, Dr. Williams addresses the challenges of shifting the mindset of stakeholders, sharing that the change process happens slowly. It will take time for teachers to learn, understand, and be comfortable with the new standards. Planning for change will require everyone to navigate a shift in mindset. In the process of following the state's timeline, our state literacy director developed an action plan that laid out the steps to be taken in rolling out the adoption and implementation plan. Required in the action steps were plans for what evidence-based and standards-aligned resources will be used and an explanation of professional development plans. The state's timeline of implementation required professional development to begin during the 2021 school year. Under Dr. Williams' leadership, curriculum specialists have started the process of training teachers and coaches. The curriculum department has provided ongoing communication and training through the school site champions. The district has plans for Saturday teaching training on the new best standards this month. As teachers are trained on the new standards, they will need follow-up and ongoing support. Following initial training, teachers will be expected to apply what they have learned and produce a product. This will allow teachers to reinforce new learning and will support them in becoming more comfortable. Additional training by the specialists will be provided and ongoing support with facilitated collaborative planning will be offered. The first stage in the textbook adoption process is for the district to narrow down the options to choices that meet the needs of the new standards and additional criteria. Manatee County schools narrowed their language arts choices down to 4 vendors. Teachers were invited to 2 scheduled sessions to review the materials. Based on their feedback, the search was narrowed to 2. Staff was invited to provide their feedback on their choice. In narrowing down the resources, consideration was made in selecting resources that included 30% or more of the recommended book titles identified on the state's curriculum list and in identifying materials providing a diverse and equitable representation of cultures. After reviewing all 4 resources, the publishing companies will need to revisit how they include more diversity in the future. The program selected, Best, provides exposure to rigorous content. There are many challenges we face in rolling out the new BEST standards. We face staffing challenges, funding for professional development, time limits for providing quality training, and logistical challenges of the unknown developments of the global pandemic. As these changes are rolled out, our practices will slowly align with the new expected student outcomes in hopes of continuing to support students in meeting their academic potential. Student academic progress will continue to be monitored, and we will evaluate the outcomes of the new Florida BEST standards and our instructional practices with the adopted resources. We will observe and assess through qualitative and quantitative means the tools we use to help students become successful. The only thing constant is change. The future depends on us to make informed decisions based on what we know best. Our best changes daily on what we learn as educators and leaders in the field of education. I want to thank Dr. Vicki Williams for being a leader who isn't afraid to ask hard questions that force field-based practitioners to make the best decisions to support student learning. Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. When we as educators make decisions about what we teach, how we teach, and consider what resources we use to teach from, we are making decisions that will affect change and impact the future of our society as a whole. We must be